Welcome, Commander. The Steel Shepherd update is out now, and along with it, the Italian dynamic campaign has been updated. Various changes have been made to the campaign's map mechanics, leading to more meaningful strategic decisions and a better overall flow and pace as you progress through Italy. With higher levels of difficulty, you will need to fully utilize land, sea, and air to keep your companies alive and supplied. So let's look at what has changed and how that has affected the gameplay experience. In the old version of the campaign, anytime companies engaged in battle on the campaign map screen, this would prompt the player to auto-resolve, or fight a skirmish battle. The on-campaign map combat functions have been revamped. Instead, companies will now always do damage to each other. The company type, veterancy, supply, and support from local forces are contributing factors in deciding the outcome. Let's have a look at some of those factors now. Companies are divided into infantry, armor, and artillery types. In campaign battles, a company type has advantages and disadvantages when facing other company types. Infantry is strong at taking on armor divisions. Armor will outgun artillery companies. And artillery excels at hitting concentrated groups of infantry. Veterancy improves the company's movement range, maximum supply, and their combat strength on the campaign map. With increased veterancy, companies will start skirmishes with more production buildings. The starting population cap has been increased, giving you more freedom in how you start, getting more companies, building emplacements, or having a few more eyes in the sky. There's more approaches you can make. There's also more enemy companies present, leading to more action on the campaign map screen. You can now choose the difficulty of the campaign and real-time battles separately, allowing you to find the right amount of challenge. You can also adjust the difficulty of real-time battles in the options menu during your playthrough at any time. There are more changes to the campaign experience, but let's take a look at how this plays now. Company health is now a much more important resource to manage. The old campaign experience had you fighting repetitive skirmish battles, which allowed you to keep your companies alive indefinitely. The new system creates an element of risk associated with your actions, and you will be faced with the prospect of companies becoming casualties of war. To avoid this, you can tactically retreat to a nearby strategic location and take defensive positions. For mission locations, this will activate defensive missions which you may have missed on your first playthrough. The potential threat of losing your companies lends greater importance to supportive elements. Making clever use of combined arms is now more rewarding. Using scout planes to gather intelligence for your offensive, bringing in the Navy for fire support and taking out air defenses, sending an armor company to clear the way for infantry, using supply drop to allow the ground forces to keep pressing forward, softening up town defenses with aerial bombardments, allowing for that push towards the final objective. Scouting is a more important part of keeping your companies safe, and now, with the added population cap allowing for more companies, you won't feel limited to using aerial reconnaissance as your only method. It's viable to send companies ahead on patrol to gather intel. Partisans can also safely gather information without risking your forces. With this information, you can then penetrate enemies' defensive lines with the right company type, or use bombing runs, naval bombardments, artillery companies, or howitzer emplacements to remove unwanted obstacles. The user interface has received an overhaul on the campaign map. When companies engage in battles, detailed information will be presented on both companies' statistics and the expected outcomes of their engagement. You may have already noticed the huge visual improvements, giving better tone and shadows to both the environmental maps and units. Not only does this look better, but units pop out more, giving a little extra clarity to what's happening on the battlefield. There are more changes that we haven't covered in this video. This is the biggest update to Company of Heroes 3, and if you would like a full debrief, you can check out the patch notes on companyofheroes.com or come along to the official Company of Heroes Discord. So, how about we get started on liberating Italy? My name's Anuki. I'll see you on the battlefield, Commander.